everyone, welcome to the next video in this World of Flowers page, or from this World of Flowers page by Johanna Basford. We've got two left. Probably won't be doing this one right away, but anyway, I have got about an hour, so I think I'm going to do this one because I think it's going to take a bit longer and get stuck into this one. I'm just going to rearrange my pencils. I can put my picture in the middle. There we go. Right. Now, so we have a butterfly, we have florals, we have bits and pieces. In the last video, I did say that I was probably going to do the background first, and I'm going to do that. I'm just going to choose the colour. So I've got my swatch chart here, I'm just looking through. Now we've got a wheat background already. The butter is rather pretty, I have to say. It's got a slightly peachy tinge to it, but we've got a few orangey ones already. Again, the melon. These are all a bit dark. I prefer lighter ones. We've got some pinks. We've got a couple of pink backgrounds. We've got this pale purple here, or the periwinkle flower. But that... I'm thinking I'm going to do the butter because that'll be easier to colour over with lots of different colours. I can hear a noise, a droning noise. Oh, it's just changed a bit, I think. There we go, butter. I can't really tell what it is. Anyway, my plan with the butter is to go darker on the edges, like I have done with all of the other backgrounds, and then bring it in slowly. But I'm not going to worry, I'm going to go over the stuff like this. Okay, it's just going to make it a bit easier. I think I won't go over the butterfly, but all these tendrils and lines and bits and pieces, they're just too complicated for me. So I'm just going to go over them. And you see, now when I colour them in, say, green, it'll be fine. You don't have to go over them if you don't like the idea, if you would rather go around them. But for me, sorry, I'm trying to do this so I'm not awkward. Let's twist my body a bit, there we go. But for me, it's just a little bit too awkward. So I'm just going to go over like this, and what we'll do is we'll choose colours that will work. And maybe you need to trust me, or maybe you need to do it your own way. Up to you. The family have just disappeared off to go and get their hair cut. It's a Friday, and they've started having their hair cut on Fridays because we tend to be quite busy on Saturdays, and because husband now doesn't work on a Friday, it's quite a good thing. I mean, once they start back at uni, I don't know what days they'll be in, so we had to change that, but we'll just have to wait and see. But they apparently they can their new module choices are up, but my one son said his were wrong. They contacted the tutor because it didn't look right, and he said they're not right yet. And my other son can't work out quite how to choose or how to work the system. So they haven't done it yet. A little bit light up here. Just gonna... It's funny, we had the curtains shut in the sitting room because the sun was pouring in. It was really hot. So the sun went in, so I opened them again. And I came in here and I opened my blind and the sun came out. So we're in the light of the lamp light, and there's a bit of light coming in from the hall. I haven't got the door shut because I don't need to because no one's here. I'm going to do some orangey flowers. We have got some on the very top. I'm pointing, you can't see. I'm just going to check which oranges I used for that one. What did I use? Oh, I didn't really use oranges. They just look a bit orangey. Okay, so I'm going to use some proper oranges for some of this, because we've gone over it with a yellow. It feels like orange. That's bronze. That's not. That might work actually. Let's grab a few out. That's cadmium red. I think I'll try that actually. Cadmium red. Let's have a go with that. See, they're thinking these hanging down ones. And try and make them a little darker at the top. And just fade it down. It's going to be quite tricky. And it'll look quite orange because we've got the yellow underneath. But that's fine. They lay nicely on top of each other. I have done a bit of mixing, but I can feel that I'm colouring on pencil and not paper. It's sort of smoother, slidier, slippier. There we go. Now we're going to do any more of this colour. See, we've got see those leaves? See, that's a leaf. That looks like a leaf, but that looks like a flower. We'll just do this one. I think that will work. Yeah, we had a nice lunch. I did have the Olympics on, coming to an end, and it was the climbing. It was very exciting. I think I'm going to switch colours for these. Okay, and use the bronze. Now this is quite a dark orangey brown. I think with this pale colour underneath, it might just work quite well. So yes, they've gone out. They'll be back about 2. I've got diving starting at 2 that I'm keen on watching, and a plumber coming between 2 and 3. And so it's all going on. Husband has got to go back out though, so yeah, it's all going on today. I'm supposed to be making some hummus to take out with us, but I ended up buying some because I just haven't got the time. I've actually bought some dried chickpeas to make it with. Apparently they make much better hummus, but you know, you have to soak them overnight and then boil them and then make the hummus, and I just didn't get organised enough. It's just too much going on at the moment, so I just didn't think about it, and so I bought some. And I can't eat shop bought hummus, but because I can't eat the tahini or the garlic that's in it, but it means everyone else gets some, so that's all that matters really. Now, we've got some flowers inside our butterfly too, and these. I'm just having a look at my colours. I want to keep them similar, but they don't have to all be the same. Now this is called coral, which to me, it's quite reddish. I'm not going to use that one. I'm going to use the autumn orange instead. I think that it's more orangey. And I'm going to do these in here with this one. I haven't thought about what colour background I'm doing for my butterfly. Oh well. Do it. Do it black. I don't know. I'll think of something. I'm quite interested to compare this page with my previous version, because I can't remember how I did it. So it'll be interesting to see whether I know how I did this one. I can remember how I did that. I did it just all one shade of green, like olivey green with an orange background. But we certainly won't be doing that this time because we're using so much orange on this one. I won't be using orange on that one. So that's interesting. Now, do I use... I think we've got another orange colour. Yeah, orange, just orange. And I think I use that for these in the middle here, these petals. Just to keep it. So I thought I could hear a buzzing then, like a fly or something. There was a fly in my bathroom earlier. It was sleeping on the shower door. It was really funny. The new shower door is glass, and it has a frame, which I guess they all do, I don't know. And the fly was sleeping on top of the glass, just between the glass and the frame. It was just there, really still. I think it must have been asleep. And then we're going to do these with this one too. I opened the shower door and it woke it up and it started flying around. I haven't seen many flies around this year really. There's some old wasps. I've seen no wasps. I saw a bee the other day. It flew into the window. Father-in-law was saying actually he's got quite a few wasps. He's got a wasp nest actually in his house. Garden, not in his house. Right. I'm thinking I'm going to go, let's see, what colour is this? I'm going to use the caramel to do some of the butterfly. Now, we've got these areas. Yeah, I'm going to do these sort of dipped in areas, I think, with this. I'm just going to block them in. I don't really know what else to do with them, really. There we go. Just try and keep it as even as I can. I'm not very good at doing that, but I do my best. Yeah, he said he should have got his wasp nest got rid of, but he didn't. Oh, I don't know, it might be, he said they were feasting on his beans. Actually, he'd said, did we want some beans? He was going to get husband to pick some while he was there for us. But if he said they were French beans and runner beans. I'm not a fan of runner beans really, so, but French beans the boys like. Again, I am weird. I like frozen French beans, but I don't like fresh ones. There's something about the skin. The fresh ones have, like runner beans as well, the skins can be a bit furry. I don't know if I'm being weird, and tough. Whereas the frozen ones that we buy, they aren't like that. They're soft. They're probably soggy, which some people would hate. But the skins don't seem so tough or furry. So whether it's because they're frozen or whether they're picked a bit fresher, I don't really know. But anyway, we'll see. We'll see whether I don't know if he'll remember. And I didn't tell husband about it. If he forgets, he forgets. It's not going to matter. We actually had to go shopping today because we had no fresh fruit or veg at all. So I dragged the boys out with me, and we got a significant amount of shopping to keep us going for a while. Well, we didn't do a full sort of weekly shop because we were on foot, but we all had a rucksack and a bag full of shopping. Wondering where to go with this bit. I might do that. I can't decide. I'm not sure. I'll leave that for now. And that body's not going to be in this colour, so we'll just copy what I did on that side, of course. There we go, symmetrical butterfly. Yeah, so we went out and it got really cloudy. The boys had said to me, is it going to rain? I was like, no. I looked at the forecast. It wasn't going to rain. No, it's not going to rain. It got really, really cloudy. I'm like, you sure it's not going to rain? I'm going to use the dark brown for the body. Now, normally for a butterfly, I would use a black or a dark grey, but because our butterfly is brown and orange, I think it sort of makes sense to do it brown. So I'm going to start up here with these bits. Oh, now I can hear my solar panel inverter making a lot of noise because it's so sunny. It's producing a lot of electricity. Actually, husband asked me to check it, see how well it was working, because we have this, it tells you on it. I think I'll do that bit in there really dark and then just go do those a bit lighter. It tells you how much energy it is generating, I think is the word they use. And we've been advised to check it on August lunchtime when it's sunny, to see whether it seems to be as efficient as it was when it was put in. Now, I haven't checked it this year, but interestingly, last August when I checked it, this looks kind of like wood. I don't know why. Last August when I checked it, it was actually better than previous years. It was doing better, producing more. But actually it's probably not a good idea checking it today because there's so much cloud in and out that it needs to be a sort of really clear sky. Right, I like that. Now, I want a slightly lighter brown to do some more of the detailing. I'm not going to go for the honey brown. I think the brown, it's just called brown. There it is. The honey brown was not quite the right shade. So I'm going to fill in these bits with this, hoping that it's a little bit different to what I've used. If I layer it up, look, it looks a bit different. These bits that look like leaves, I'm going to do as leaves. I'm going to colour in green. When I choose some greens later for the foliage part of the rest of the page, I will use them for that as well. Tie it together. I think it makes sense. Trying to work out whether in 6 weeks' time, when they want a new haircut, whether term would have started. I don't actually know when the first day of term is. I know they have Freshers' Week first, which they won't have to do. So they'll have an extra week's holiday this year. I think we'll do this bit, which they'll be pleased about. So all good. Also, my son's got his driving theory test. I might just stop the video and check that out. Right, I just checked that out. I've got no idea when son's driving test is. I haven't got it written down anywhere, so that's very useful. Right, the butterfly sort of edges and things, I quite like to do quite dark. We've used our dark brown for the body of the butterfly, but I think we could probably use what's called chocolate, which is still quite a very dark brown, for the edges of the wings and all that sort of thing. So I'm just going to start here. It does make for quite a dark butterfly, but it's a bit different. I don't normally do butterflies in brown, but you know, why not? I just paranoidly checked that I'd pressed the record button, even though it makes a noise, so I know that I've switched it on. There's also a recording light, but it's quite hard for me to see because my camera is facing down. The recording light is facing at the thing it's recording, but obviously I'm not looking up at that light, but I can just about see it. You can deactivate that on the camera so people don't know you're recording them. I don't like the idea of that. I remember when video cameras were all the rage, when I think, yeah, it would have been back in the 1980s when they were sort of quite new. And my uncle had one, and he would sort of take it to sort of weddings and things like that, and then take film, and you get to see it afterwards. I always felt so self-conscious. I didn't like being filmed. I'm sure most people feel like that. Most people I knew seemed to feel like it. And and I remember going to his house, watching back some of the videos. But what I remember as well was going to a different uncle's house, and he had videos, but it was from when his children were young. So watching sort of old Christmas sort of videos of them opening their presents and things like that. It was really good fun. I really enjoyed watching films back. But what's interesting is my husband's always had a video camera, and we've hardly got any video of the children when they were young. But we sort of switched over to phones, I guess, quite quickly, and sort of videoed on those, but we don't have a lot of video. But I think because I don't like being videoed, I would never dream of videoing anybody else, because I don't like it. And I've got a lovely, lovely video of my one son dancing. He was in a town, we were shopping, and there were people advertising salsa classes, and they had salsa music playing and they were dancing, and he was sort of enjoying the music. He was preschool, really little, and so the lady who was dancing took his hand and said, do you want to come and join? And he went and danced with her in the middle of the street with a crowd of people around watching, and he was just intently watching her feet and just copying all of her dance moves. And she was so impressed with his dancing, and he was having so much fun, and he was so adorable. I've shown him the video now. He's 18. He goes, cringe, oh that's horrible, don't you ever show anyone that ever again, you know, all that. Although it's on my Facebook page, so actually I don't think it's on mine, I think it's on my husband's. So, but I've had to actually take away a lot of my Facebook content that's got him in it. Well, either of my sons, who don't want to be have their pictures public anymore, you know. They've said to me, so occasionally I'll say, can I put this picture up, and they might go yes or no. You know, I ask them because they're adults, and even when they're children, you know, it's not right, I don't think, putting them up without their permission. Actually, when mine were really little, I didn't have Facebook, so there are a few pictures of them that I put up later, but really not many. And I sort of realise now that it probably isn't a good idea to put your kids' pictures up there for anybody to see, but keep it a bit more private. I've tried to lock down my account a little bit so only family can see. I think it's respectful for the children as well, but different people have different ideas on what they want to do. Now we're on to our greenery, and I always think that orange and brown go very well with olives, but I think we need something quite dark to stand out. We have a colour here called cypress green, which I think might work, but I hope it will. Where is that it there? I think that's it. I can't read it properly from here. No, nope, that's not it. Hang on, I'm nearly there. Sorry, I'm finding it hard to say. It's called cypress tree, not cypress green. Oh, that's right. I knew I'd got that one wrong on my list. So we're going to go in here and put some of this dark green. I'm going to try and fade it off a little bit. They're so easy to fade, they go down so nicely. I'm just so surprised at how much I love these pencils. I mean, they were bought for me by someone who chose them really carefully, thinking that, you know, they might be good, but she did say, oh, if they're a bit rubbish, just get rid of them, send them back, she said. But I'm really liking them. I should have left that green. Never mind. There are all the green bits on the butterfly. Now, I don't want to do all of this in the same green. I think that's probably a flower that I haven't done yet, but we'll get there. So I want these vines to be really dark. And then I'll think about, I might do the bottoms of some of the leaves that's dark. I'll have a think in a minute. I think these bits too quite dark. Just because they're small, they'll stand out. Remember, we've got to compete with this background colour. We can't keep it too pale or else it will just disappear into that. And then this here. Once I've done all the vines, I will sort of sit back a little and think about the balance and whether I want to go for more dark or itchy neck, or slightly lighter, or thinking of itches. I need to see if my boy's done. He's got a bite. He needs some cream on it. He has been putting it on quite well, but it's got quite. He's got a huge bump. I've never known anyone come up like he does with a bite. It's like he said it hurt to walk. It was that bad, really red, and I was a bit like, maybe we should go and see a doctor, but actually it's getting better. So every day it looks a bit better, so I'm thinking I'm not going to worry about it. And I know it's isn't a tick bite. Well, he hasn't got that sort of target on his body like he gets when he gets tick bites, so it's okay. Now I'm thinking about where I'm going to put this still. I'm going to go up here and I'm going to do a little bit of that, all of that. Doesn't want to colour in, there we go. Bit of that, and then the tops of these. Just sort of the top, and then just scumble it down and sort of fade it like that. I've been having a fun practicing doing some colouring next door. Someone asked me if I could do rust. Now I haven't ever tried to do rust before, but I found a way of doing sort of aged metal from a tutorial, so I was playing around with that a bit. The tutorial was using different pencils to what I was going to use, so I was trying to adapt it a little bit and have a play, and it was okay. I feel it needs a bit more work, but yeah, I need to adapt it a bit because basically you had to use metallic pencils and it was Prismacolor, and the metallic Prismacolors aren't too bad, but I was using polychromos and the metallic polychromos are pretty rubbish. So the silver's good, but the gold is really weak colour wise, so it wasn't really working, so I need to just change that up a little bit. I've got some ideas and practice that. And then I was doing some gemstones because I've been asked to do if someone's commissioned a page with loads of gemstones in, and although I can do some types of gemstones, this page has got certain ones that I don't really do a lot, that particular shape, and so I was practicing those as well. I had a look, I was looking up how to do them. I thought about how I do them. I looked at about 3, 4, 5 different ways that other people do them, and then I just sort of mashed it up into just slightly different for me, so I've got it working now, which is good. So that was good. So I've been having fun doing some learning this morning. I'm not sure whether I'm going to do those in an orangey tone, a brown tone or a green tone, so I'm not doing those yet. I feel like I want to go light, like a pickle. I know you've used it already, but I just feel like it's going to work better. So let's start at the top. Just sort of start part the way along where you started to fade and take it to the base. It is going to look different to where we used it before because we've got this base colour underneath. But you can see how it just brightens and warms, which is what I like about this sort of yellowy, greeny shades. It just brings everything to life, I think. And I'm now sort of half thinking about those florals down at the bottom. I think we'll use some of the colours we've used already. That's what I'm thinking right now. I might change my mind in a minute. Certainly don't want to move away from the orange and brown sort of idea. We do have sort of burnt siennas and things that we haven't used yet, but I'm not sure that's quite going to work. I might use bronze. But there's several different sections to those, so I think we're going to use a mix of colours, not they'll all be orangey tones, but you know, different oranges. I certainly don't want to do this for here because it's a little bit too light, because there's a heavier layer of yellow there. Whatever it was, butter, wasn't it called? Okay. Oh, this. I knew there was another bit and I just could not see it for looking. There we go. Now these. So I'm going to use the bronze, as I said. Oh, just really grab it. No, that's the coral. Where's the bronze? Is it this? No. Have I used it already? Yeah, I've used it already. Okay, no worries. Yeah, I will use it for bronze for this. I said no worries then. It's very Australian. Don't really say that in the UK. Interestingly, there are certain words that I can't say very well with my accent. It's quite funny. Like Australians say good day. It just sounds really wrong, I think, in an English accent. It just sounds silly. And another of my friends has said to me to say the word, I'm not going to try and say it, Y''ALL. I cannot pronounce that word at all with my accent. Because I say all, so say ya all, it just sounds very, very wrong. Now she's laughing. Mary, there you go. You made me say it, Mary. It just sounds wrong. But then she tries to pronounce some of our counties, as I know you Americans have got, I think, is there a Worcester in America? And you pronounce it Worcester, whereas we don't. And Shire, like if you say Worcestershire, you don't, you say Worcester. You might say Worcestershire, whereas we don't. The way we say it is Worcestershire. I mean, in a town around here, there is an area called Montpellier. Now, if you're French, you would say Montpellier, but we don't. We say Montpellier because we're not French. Bronze, we say it in the English way. I'm going to use it for these. So I just find it fascinating how we all say things so very differently. And you're still hooting with laughter at me trying to say your words. And I'm sure I would hoot with laughter when you tried to say Worcestershire. But oh dear. But anyway, there we go. Then now I thought that was going to take a really long time, but I don't think it did. So what I tried to do, which was successful, was to break it down into parts. So to deal with a few of the flowers, a bit of the foliage, and do the background first, which made that a lot easier. So yeah, there we go. So that was fun. I enjoyed that one. I was sort of thinking it was going to be hard and I wasn't going to like it, but actually I think it's one of my favourites. So that's good. So thank you for watching today. Tune in tomorrow for the last one. The other side, the other page I will be doing, but it might not be in August. You know, but I will get it done. But I'm not intending to necessarily do it straight after this one. Give us all a bit of a break from doing this sort of thing. Try something a bit different. And I've got some requests which I need to do as well. So it might be that I've got to fit all around that. But for today, thank you for watching. Please tune in tomorrow for the last one. And please do like, subscribe and comment. Thank you so much. Have a good day and happy colouring.